All right, should we say our number ones on three? Because it's going to be the same.
It is going to be the same. Okay, 3, 2, 1.
Hello. Do you want to play a game?
What's your favorite scary movie?
Be afraid. Be very afraid. See dead people.
You're gonna need a bigger boat.
Here's Johnny.
The power of Christ compels you! The power of Christ compels you!
Whatever you do, don't fall asleep.
Welcome to Talking Horror with Jamie and Nikisha.
Hi, I'm Jamie.
And I'm Nikisha, and this is Talking Horror with Jamie.
And Nikisha.
Where we share our love for all things scary and talk horror through the lens of human behavior. Well, welcome, everyone.
Fireworks.
That's amazing. Brian, were you going to add some more to the festivities?
Sound effects?
I was just going to say, we made it.
Oh my God, what a year 2025 was. And today is our best of 2025, where we will be counting down our top 10 picks, along with some other categories to wrap up the 2025 horror season, which I will say was a very solid season. I'm excited to continue on. And
me too. But I do, and we'll talk about this probably, I think there's a huge gap between, I think there were some real good ones, but I think there's a huge gap in quality between like the top ones and then like somewhere
then like everything else.
There's a huge gap. Yeah.
Yeah.
Maybe that's every year. I don't know.
Yeah, but it does feel like there was more to choose from, and maybe that's just because I watched more movies than I usually do for the
possible.
year.
Yeah.
I'm excited to get into all of it. I'm gonna hand it over to Brian to give us just a couple of words before we officially start, and then we'll list off our lists. We'll list off our lists.
We'll list our lists. This is a listicle, listicle. Hey everybody, hi YouTube. Thank you so much for joining us. Of course, I'm producer Brian. You can follow us at Talk Horror Pod on TikTok, on Instagram, and then you should definitely subscribe to us on YouTube. We do fun stuff outside of what we do here, so definitely check us out there. And then, of course, as in, you've listened to us all year. You're like, you know what? I still haven't written that review. I still haven't commented on a video. Now's the time. Now is the time. It helps.
It's never too late.
It's never too late to say 5 stars. This is a great podcast. It helps the algorithm. It helps our egos.
That's very important.
Very personally. Yeah, definitely. And here is the here's an example of a YouTube comment that we got. I actually think we got this on our 2024 best of. But Happy New Year's, guys. Champagne glasses, fireworks, party face, 4-leaf clover piggy. Well, it's been quite the year in the movie world. Thanks for not only providing me with motivation to clean my apartment, but also fantastic movies insight, smiley face. No surprise, you are my #1 podcast on Spotify Wrapped again. Streamers. Can't wait to see what you've got in store for 2025. Yeah, this was from last year. Lots of love from Germany. That is from Jessie999. Thank you so much. We appreciate it. We love your comments. You comment all the time, and we really appreciate it. We hope you enjoyed 2025 as much or more than 2024, and we're excited for 2026.
We are. Also, invite us to Germany.
Yeah.
Yeah, I would love to go. Yep.
And Jesse, if you comment on this video, I'll read it next year.
Wait an entire year.
Yeah, totally. But thank you. We really appreciate that. Thank you for listening. Thank you for being involved and engaged. We truly appreciate that.
We do.
Yeah.
Thank you all so much.
Awesome.
Great. We have so many things to go over. I am going to throw it back over to Brian to start us off and keep us in order because we have so many fun categories. And I'm just excited to see what's on y'all's list. And Brian's going to explain how we do our segments when we do our best of.
We do
Okay.
things a little bit differently here.
Just a little bit. Just a little bit.
Have you ever been here before? We do things a little bit differently here. So, a couple of things. We're gonna start with talking about like the year in horror in general, and then we're going to do our most disappointing horror movies. We'll do each of us have like 5 or 6. Then we will go into our honorable mentions. Then we will go into our top 10. I'll explain that when we get there. Then we'll do some of our other ones, like our predictions for next year, what we're excited for. We'll look back at our predictions from last year and see how we did there. Then we got some fun, categories and things like that as well. Something I do want to say is that last year I watched 43 new horror movies in 2024. This year I did 56 new horror movies. And I watched 206 as of Monday, December 29th. I've watched 261 movies this year. It's about to be 262 because we're almost done with Rocky 3. We're binging the Rocky movies.
That's incredible.
Yeah.
Getting stronger.
Yes.
Well, we haven't watched them since moving to Philadelphia like 5 years ago or wherever it was.
Yeah.
Well, that's fair. Yeah.
It's fun. It's not only has Jamie not seen them, and I haven't seen them in a long time. It's really fun to be like, oh, there he is running, in front of this place, and now he's running in front of this place.
Right.
Oh, that's a weird way to get there. I don't think they.
Really scrutinizing his the paths that he's taking. They don't make much sense.
No,
these things are not close together.
Hilarious.
But it's fun. But it's very fun
and amazing.
Oh my God. I did 56. I watched 2 today.
Oh my God.
While I was in the background doing stuff. So I watched 2 of those. So, I'm probably gonna be over 56 by, the actual end of the year. I'm trying to think. Yeah. The only major release I did not see was Corn in a Clown Field. Everything else everything else would have been like a independent film I didn't see or something like that. But pretty happy with that. If I was employed currently, I would not be at that number.
But that's still a
feat.
Or maybe I would. Maybe I would get a job that allows me to watch movies.
Yes.
But
wait, Brian, what's the most movies that you've watched in a 24-hour setting?
6.
6 movies in 24 hours?
What I used to do before I had responsibilities was I used to do a movie day in January where I would literally sit down and go start and plan out my day, especially when I was living in New York. Movies, you can see a movie at 9 a.m. Like other places you can't. So like in the city, I would be like, okay, I'm going to see, this movie at 9 a.m. and then it should be over by this time. I bought my tickets to everything, but I would hop from the Lincoln Center, the Lincoln Square AMC to the 84th Street AMC. Also to the, it's not there anymore, but that independent, the Lincoln Plaza Cinemas, that's not there anymore. And then I would go down to 42nd Street, like for that Empire and the Regal. So like I would plan it with those, knowing that I have to maybe go to it, hit up. And my last movie would usually be at like 11:30 or something like that. So I literally would, I have to look at some of the days that I planned, and then I would post my schedule on social media, and people would join me. They'd pick their movie and join me. So like when I got into a theater, like I wouldn't know who was gonna meet me there. But I think 6 is the most I've watched in a day in the movie theater. But I assume that's the most I've done in a day, like actually.
My God. But what a fun idea to throw it on social media and then have people like join you whenever they can. That's really cool.
One of the years like I did, it was, I forget what it was. It was like Wolf of Wall Street people joined me for. Then American Sniper was very popular with friends and stuff. And then One of the best years was 2007. I saw Pan's Labyrinth and Children of Men like back to back.
Oh wow,
God.
that's intense.
That was a big day.
Yeah.
But it was awesome. Anyway, yeah, so that's the most I've seen in a day.
Jesus.
I feel like last year I packed the last week into coming into this episode with movies, but this year, because I was able to kind of like spread them out over the past couple months, like I didn't feel as like pressured. Nikisha, did you kind of like cram some movies over the past? Yeah.
I absolutely did, and those movies absolutely are on my
cool.
top 10 list. So I'm
nice.
very grateful that I packed in like 5 or 6 movies in the last 5 days.
Cool.
Nice.
To get ready for this. So super stoked and glad I didn't miss out on some things.
Nice. And then Jamie and I tried to watch some bigger ones like that we were interested in watching. I don't know if we did any in the last week, but like over the past month or two, we've made a point to like watch some of the bigger ones or ones that we were interested in, and I'm sure some of them will be on our list, so I don't want to spoil any of that.
Yeah, don't spoil anything.
I will have to say I've also again still been in the horror Christmas spirit, and y'all, I just have to say I watched Terrifier 3.
Oh, you did?
Oh, shit. Okay.
Did you like it?
All right.
Okay, here's the thing. And this
it's my favorite way to start an opinion.
Here's the thing. I think I did not watch Terrifier 2. Okay, so I just read the plot summary of 2 like 10 minutes into watching 3. I'm like, oh, I feel like I need to know what happened before this.
Sure. Okay.
And so when I read in 2 that Arthur Clown is quote unquote immortal, that kind of took away a lot of the balloons. It took a lot away of the scares. And so whereas when I watched the first Terrifier, it really was just a man doing awful things to women, and it feeling very like a real thing that you're witnessing on top of all of the really good gore that was in it, but still was just unsettling. To then put him as immortal just made me be like, oh, this feels like a Pennywise. This feels like, you know, it's something supernatural, to where now I can suspend more of my disbelief and it's not as scary as it was.
Interesting.
And I found that very interesting, because I was watching it and thinking, oh, this isn't a real person like just killing people. This is just some supernatural like BS. And but the gore was still great, and it was still unsettling, but there was still also just a pinch of like, this isn't real. And because it was so extreme, you're like, oh, I'm just appreciating the practical effects here, because it also kind of looks a little, it doesn't look as real because it's so, the kills were so extreme. Like he's peeling off a man's skull, you know, and or his skin off of his skull, and you're just like, oh, this is just really good makeup. So I'm not as scared as I was the first time. I know it's really crazy. But I'm also just,
I don't
like,
think
in
that's
space.
crazy.
But yeah, I was like, you know what? I'm just gonna go for it, and I watched it and sat through it, and you know, I would watch the next one when they come out with 4. I'll be there. I wouldn't say I'm a fan, but I appreciate it more now that I can look at this character as just like a supernatural entity, which that doesn't scare me as much as like an actual slasher human being. So
yeah, okay, fair.
Worth it if you want to get into it. The gores are still nuts, but if you have any reservations about it, and maybe that'll make you feel a little bit better about it, but it was a fun watch. Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas to you.
Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas. Merry Christmas.
Yes. Amazing. Well, are we ready? Do you want to get started?
Yeah, let's jump right in, because this episode is usually longer than our typical episodes, because it's a year in review. Okay, so let's start with our bottom 5, if you will. These are our 5 most disappointing horror movies of the year. Now, I'll keep in mind, I want to give some context. This does not mean the worst horror movies of the year, this does not mean that this was just a garbage film, but you had no expectations for it. This is very much, however, each of us individually defines our most disappointing horror movies of the year. Let's you know what, we haven't done this before. Let's do this the same way that we do our top 10. We each read off our number 5. Did everyone list give them numbers or just okay, cool.
I did.
I didn't, but I can do it now.
Okay.
As we're doing it. I got
Cool.
you.
So let's do our 5 most disappointing, and then we can go from there. So I'll start. I'll read off my number 5, and then Jamie will go to buy Nikisha some time. So my number 5 most disappointing horror movie of the year is 28 Years Later.
Interesting. Okay.
Jamie, what is on yours?
My number 5 is The Conjuring: Last Rites.
Okay.
My number 5 was Fear Street Prom Night. Just because all the other ones are really good, and I didn't watch any of the other ones. I just watched this one, and I was like, "What is this?" Yeah. Okay.
My number 4 is Megan 2.0.
I really like the way that we're doing this.
Yes. Same.
My number 4 is I Know What You Did Last Summer.
Damn, that was one that I put on my list to watch, but because I knew it was bad, I'm like, I'm just not even gonna bother with it.
Sure,
fair.
My number 4 was Corn in a Clown Field, because y'all had that movie up, and it was
Corn in
not
the
good.
Field.
Yeah, well, that's why we didn't really. We every time Jamie and I were gonna watch something that was like on the list, and we opted for something else because of the way you felt about it.
Yeah, not worth it. Y'all tried it.
At number 3, I have Wolfman.
I almost put that on the list.
At number 3, I have Megan 2.0.
Me too. Let's talk about it.
All right, let's talk about
we
it.
did it.
But the bottom line for me is that it was just it was an action movie.
Yeah.
And that's it. That's truly that's it.
Period.
Yep.
End
The
of
end.
sentence. Yep.
Yeah.
That's it.
It had its
just
moments,
very misleading of
yeah.
like what we were promised versus what we got.
Yeah, totally.
Yes.
Cool.
Agree.
That was easy.
Wow.
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 What?
Screaming.
At number 2, I have The Man with the Black Umbrella. That was really hyped on TikTok. And I was excited. I love found footage movies. I thought it was going to be very much like Butterfly Kisses. It tries to be like Butterfly Kisses, but like I found it very boring. I found the characters awful, and I kind of lost track of anything in there. The last 10 minutes are pretty good, but not good enough, if that makes sense. So I was like really hyped to see it, and then I was just like that was a clear like TikTok clickbait thing that like got me.
Sure.
And I just wish, one aside, if I may,
you may.
just hope, thank you, Jamie. I wish there was a way that I know that there's so many sponsorships or advertisement things that happen between producers and content creators. If there was a way where you can still kind of say how you feel about the movie while also like not overhyping it, but still giving it views to let people know like, hey, this is out here. I had the opportunity to watch it for yourself and think how you feel. This wasn't my cup of tea, but maybe here's some things I did like about it, without like trashing the movie, but not being like, this is the scariest movie I've ever seen. And, making it seem like it's one thing when it's not. And again, I understand, money and partnerships and branding and all that stuff, but still it's like, for what? For us to like spend our money and be disappointed and then we waste our money,
I mean,
Also, it makes me not trust you as a creator if you're like constantly touting like, this is the scariest thing. It's like,
right.
But like, do you actually believe that? And if you don't, then like, why would I listen to any of your opinions moving forward?
Exactly.
Totally.
Exactly. Yeah, I agree. I just wanted to say that.
Yeah. Jamie, what's your number 2?
My iPad went to sleep. My number 2. Oh my God. My number 2 is Wolfman.
I'm just already gonna say I don't have Wolfman on my list, but my second disappointment was VHS Halloween.
Oh, interesting. That's not on my list.
Yeah. I was very disappointed in that one.
Yeah, you did not enjoy that.
I didn't.
Yeah, let's talk Wolfman for just a moment.
Yeah.
I just expected more from Leigh Whannell.
Yeah. Especially after Invisible Man was so good. Like, I think starting to set up this idea of like, are they going to finally get the dark universe going and doing it right? And like, there's just like no consistency for whatever reason across this, this thing that they're always trying to do. But yeah, just, the cast and like some of the things that they had set up about like this transformation, like it all was really hyped, and then ultimately like execution wise it just was boring.
Very much.
I really like the transformation stuff. I think that's one of the only things that works. I think the two things that hurt the movie the most by far are, one, the lack of chemistry between Christopher Abbott and Julia Garner, and then two, the heavy-handed dialogue between Christopher Abbott and his daughter is awful.
That's right.
Like, I think this has a lot of things going for it. I really wonder if there was so much like studio involvement in the script. Like, they're not going to get it right. Write a scene where, and like all of that really took me out. And then at the end, when his dad ends up being the Wolfman that's in all that, like that just felt so derivative without doing anything new that I was just like, oh, okay. But some of the sequences in the movie were awesome. Some of but like that's not enough, unfortunately. But I was disappointed because I was really excited for that one for many different reasons.
Yeah. I get that.
All right. My number 1 is also my least favorite movie of the year, which was Hell House LLC Lineage. Yeah, that was my number 1 most disappointing.
Same.
I have a Conjuring Last Rites as my number 1.
Oh shit.
Okay. Just quickly about Hell House LLC, then we'll talk Conjuring. Also, I just didn't like 28 Years Later. I was really excited for it, and it was fine. It was totally fine.
Yeah, it was just okay.
It was fine. Yeah. And emotionally did not affect me because I thought things happened too quickly and I didn't care. Only because I just brought that up because I'm the only one who said that one. Hell House LLC Lineage. I really liked Carmichael Manor. Really thought Stephen Cognetti had his shit together. And this Cognetti. This movie sucked. This movie is so he treated it like it's as popular as the MCU. Like that everyone knew every single plot line and character from other movies. And so, and I was just like, not only does this movie not is incomprehensible, it's like not scary, and it turned into a clown slasher as opposed to like whatever the other movies are doing. Jamie.
Also, they changed the format.
Oh which, my god! Right.
That's like the whole thing is like this is supposed to be no, and it's like what is happening? Where like now we're following this protagonist, but like it's just like a movie. But it, like you said, Brian, like it requires that you have maintained the knowledge of every single one of these films in a way that like they're pulling from wildly specific things that are just barely mentioned in like the first film. It's like, who are they talking about? And it was like, oh, this was like a character that they just like kind of like said in passing, like wasn't even a person that appeared in any of these films.
It's not even like
not a character. So it's like, how do you expect me to remember any of this information and also like care? Like, why are we following this person? Why should I care about this person? And like none of it was compelling, but it was just like straight up bad.
Yeah.
So
that's so crazy. And what
big bummer.
What number was this in the whole chain of Hell House?
5.
I think so.
Yeah, it's 1. It's Hell House LLC. It's Abaddon Hotel. Then it's like Lake of Fire. Then it's Carmichael Manor. And then it's this one.
Yeah.
Okay. Man, that stinks because the first one I've loved the first one, but that's the only one I've seen. But
the second one is pretty good too. The third one is bad, and the fourth one is fine. But this was just like
the worst of would you say
truly a horrible. Like even outside of horror, this is just like a really awful movie. Like one of the worst movies I think I've seen.
Oh, that sucks.
Very bad.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay. Ugh.
All right.
Well, should we talk about Conjuring? Last Rites?
Yes. Yeah, go
for
it.
What a way to end this, this family drama.
Family drama. It's just like, I guess what you all were saying about how the other Hell House movies were, and setting up an expectation of not only like this is going to be a found footage, but the formula and all the things. And I feel like this is the same thing that kind of like fell through with Last Rites. It's like they were trying to fan service and tie in all these different things with the movie, but then you're adding things that are not necessary to the story. It's not helping it along, like the whole Annabelle stuff I don't feel like needed to be there. You have 80,000 other just Annabelle movies. Like, leave her alone. Like, she doesn't need to be back incorporated into
leave our girl Annabelle alone.
Let her live her life. And so it was just so disappointing because I love the Conjuring universe. I love it so much, and what we always talk about, the relationship between Vera and Patrick is their chemistry is incredible. Yeah. And that's the heart of the movies, and that's what kind of keeps you coming back with some pretty good like jump scares and tension building and all the things that make horror. But this one, it was just like they were trying to move too fast, tie some things up, yet the movie was way longer than it needed to be.
Yeah,
felt
definitely.
Like it was going on forever. And some of the like CGI jump scare things were just not well done.
No.
And yeah, it was just very disappointing, especially as a wrap up of the entire Conjuring universe. Like, if you had 2 more films in the docket, then fine, chalk it up to this is just one bad one out of the chain. You got some chances to redeem yourself, but now this is the last one, and this is what you got. And then the one before wasn't that great either. The Devil Made Me Do It. It was just very, very disappointing because the first 2 were so strong.
Yeah.
Anyway, that's my thoughts.
I fully agree, and like it's just very disappointing to let it go out on such a low note. And I don't know if that means like maybe they do have plans to bring it back later because they're like, haha, like we're gonna do it again, or like whatever. But at that point it's like you kind of had your shot and you blew it, and like I don't really care that much anymore. And because of the way that like this entire universe has like unfolded, there's just so much going on that like I can't continue to follow this huge universe. Which, speaking of, I think that there's another Insidious movie that's coming out. So it's just like, okay, like cool, we'll just keep like making more of these related.
But Insidious is not a...
No, I know, but it's just like all of these like things that they just like kind of keep going and going and going. It's like, cool, we did that now. Yeah. I'm just
but
like,
they are doing more Conjuring movies. Like, aren't they doing like there's like
they're doing a TV show, right?
A TV show, something like that. But
do we really need a TV show?
We don't.
We don't.
Yeah, the only reason this is not on my most disappointing list is because my only expectation was it needed to be better than the third one, and it
The third
was.
one, yeah. Yeah,
So
that's
like,
fair.
which is not
That's fair.
maybe it should have been on my list. Plus, they did teach me the lesson that family can
Ugh.
defeat a spinning mirror.
Oh my
They
god.
can.
That was the worst. That was the worst. That was
Also,
truly
how are
bad.
you not gonna fucking be able? How do you not show the monster? That doesn't make End a demon. That's crazy.
No, it made
Yeah.
no sense. It made
Mhm.
no sense at all. Like you spend all of this time like building this up and like it's slow creeping and then we just like never
It
get
makes no
there.
sense. No,
No,
rude. It's rude.
it was so rude. Especially we had such cool monsters in like the second one or whatever.
Yeah.
And then you just
Yeah.
don't do anything for this. Like,
Yeah.
And, like,
get out of here, y'all.
As cool as that, like, what was it, like that woodsman or whatever it was in the basement? Like that felt
Oh,
like it was
yeah,
from
with the
that felt
axe.
like it was from a different
Mhm.
movie franchise
Yes.
in some ways.
Yeah.
It felt like it was from Scary Stories to Tell in the
To Tell in the Dark.
Whatever.
Yeah.
Interesting.
That's what it
Yeah,
felt like.
totally.
Mhm.
Yeah, that's good.
Yeah.
Cool.
Womp womp.
All right. Let's do our honorable mentions. These are not in any specific order, and as a reminder, these do not need to be. These are not necessarily your like 11 through 15. Like these are just
Mhm.
movies you wanted to shout out. Jamie, let's start with you. Why don't you do your honorable mention? You can just do all of them. We're not going to do the same
Yeah.
game for this one.
Sure. For honorable mentions, I have The Long Walk, Final
Mhm.
Destination Bloodlines, It Feeds,
Uh-huh.
Mm.
and Keeper.
Okay.
Nice.
Nice. What about those movies were in your like why did you put those movies in that list?
That was just how I organized them.
Fair.
Because I made the 10 and then these were the other ones.
Great. Love it.
Obsessed.
Nikisha, you.
I just have to say, I also had Keeper on my list to watch, and then I didn't.
Mm.
But I'll go back and watch it. My honorable mention, I watched Drop, which I thought was way better than wow, I can't talk. Way better than expected.
Uh-huh.
I'm gonna put K-pop Demon Hunters, and it's only honorable mention. Don't yell at me, everyone. Is because we decided that it's not a horror movie in our lists. So
Yeah.
we're putting it as we enjoyed it. There were some demons and some gore and things, but as far as horror movies for horror peoples, this is not on our top 10. Final Destination Bloodlines also on my honorable mention, and Companion. I had a good time
Cool.
watching it, and this in the same with Jamie. It's I just felt like there were other movies that had a more lasting impression in my brain, like that I think about more often than these movies. But these
Yeah.
movies I still thoroughly enjoyed, especially Final Destination Bloodlines, because I thought that was going to be absolute trash, and it really wasn't. And you know, especially because some of those in the chain can be hit or miss. But I felt like this was a very strong one in the
Cool.
chain. So yeah.
Awesome.
Ooh.
My five honorable mentions in no particular order are Dangerous Animals. That is the serial killer shark movie. That was awesome. Then I also have It Feeds. I have a movie called Marshmallow that I watched.
Oh, I
this
heard
year.
about that.
I really liked that. It's about kids who go to a sleepaway camp and something is like off. Enjoyed that. I really liked Wormtown.
That's
The
right.
independent movie. I've been thinking about that one a lot. I thought it was really, really great. And then my fifth one is the sequel to Influencers.
Mhm.
I thought it was really good. I thought it was an awesome sequel follow up. I really like the characters in that. I like what it's trying to do. It's really entertaining, and I want a third one. I want a fourth one. Like,
Same.
give me more of that shit. It's good, and it's a solid Shudder original kind of like movie and stuff like that. So, I know Influencer made my top 10 a couple years ago, or 2 years ago. And this one was actually, I think this one ended up actually being like 11 or 12. But I really like Influencers, and I really like Cassandra New or no the lead in those is really good. So yeah, that's that's mine. Cool.
Amazing.
Awesome.
So should we get into our top 10?
Let's do our top 10. As a reminder, we will go 10 to 1. We will go around the horn. Every time, once we have said the title of a movie, the maximum amount of times it is on people's lists, meaning like if I say, Five Nights at Freddy's 2 was my number 10. And if you two are like, oh no, we can't talk about it yet, or you'd be like, no, you can talk about it like that, and then we'll talk about it.
Because it's not on your list.
Because it's not on your list and stuff. Yeah. So let's do it that way. We'll go me, Jamie, Nikisha, if that works for everybody.
And just for context, can we just say how many new movies we each watch? Because there's obviously going to be some movies that are not going to be, on. I'll say that I watched 30 of the new releases this year.
30? I saw 56, as I mentioned earlier.
Jamie's counting.
Yeah, I'll let you know later.
Cool.
Got it.
All right. At number 10, for me, I have Bring Her Back.
Yeah, don't talk about it yet.
Okay, cool. Jamie, what is your number 10?
My number 10 is Companion.
Okay, we can't talk about it yet.
No.
Cool.
And my number 10 is Influencers.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
You can talk about it.
We can talk about it. Yeah, go
Okay.
for it.
I agree with you, Brian. I loved the first one, and I didn't even realize that a second one had came out.
Me too. I saw it on Instagram. That Shudder was like, "Oh, tomorrow." This guy was like, "Fuck, what?"
Right.
Okay.
But it's just, and you know what I really enjoyed about the second one is that it leaned into more of the camp, especially the last half of the movie, and I appreciate it. It's not taking itself too seriously. It knows that this is like a wacky slasher, whatever. I love how it deals with the agitation of influencer culture in general. And I just thought that it did a fantastic job continuing the storyline, especially because I was like, what could they possibly do next after the first one felt so solid and like closed off?
Yeah.
I mean, I know they left her on an island, so it's like, will she survive? Whatever, spoilers, for that. But yeah, I thoroughly enjoyed Influencers, and I also agree the actresses in this were great. It was a fun time.
Yeah.
I loved it.
Yeah. And I thought that both the A and B plot lines were both interesting. So anytime they like cut to the woman tracking her down versus her, like I was still very engaged in this. I dug this too. Definitely.
And
this
I love go ahead.
This was actually 12. 11 was Frankenstein. This was 12. Yeah.
Yeah, and I also just appreciate misunderstanding and everyone trying to figure out what's going on. Just like when the girl tracking the killer girl down accidentally like stabbed somebody. She wasn't trying to, and just like the whole kind of, I guess, slapstick of it all of like, oh my god, I didn't mean to do this, and now somebody's dead, and they're like chasing each other around, and I don't know. It was a great time.
I agree, and the locales in it are just beautiful.
Oh, gorgeous. Yeah.
Yeah.
I agree.
Cool. All right. Let's go to everybody's number 9. My number 9 is I have Final Destination Bloodlines. Was that in anybody's top 10? Because you both had it in your honorable mention, so I assume.
Yeah.
Okay. I just had a good time. I also thought it was, especially after Jamie and I had literally just binged 1 through 5,
Mm-hmm.
Oh, that's
and
right.
especially after 4 and 5 not being great, Bob, like this one like was really good, really fun. I was thoroughly entertained. I love that each one of these introduces like a new like loophole in the rule. Like spoiler alerts obviously for everything we talk about here.
Yeah,
um
yeah.
What?
I loved that it skipped one of the kids because he was the illegitimate child, like wasn't actually blood related. Like I thought that the kills were really good in this. I thought the characters were fun. The MRI sequence was fucking awesome. um
Ugh.
I just like,
Stellar.
yeah, this was like, I think that the Final Destination franchise, obviously some are better than others, is a pretty solid franchise all the way through. And even if 4 and 5 are below average, if you will, like I dig it. You know, when so I really enjoyed this one, so that it made my top 10.
Nice.
Yeah.
Good stuff.
Cool. Jamie, you're number 9.
My number 9 was Heart Eyes.
Not on my
Don't talk
list.
about it. Oh, okay.
Oh.
Well, don't talk about it yet.
Okay, cool.
And then my number 9 was It Ends.
Can't talk about it yet.
Yeah, no. Shush.
Sorry.
My number 8 is The Long Walk.
Yeah, don't talk about it yet.
Okay,
but that
cool.
was on Jamie's
Honorable mentions.
Mhm.
Okay, cool. Jamie, you're number 8.
Okay, this might be a hot take, but my number 8 is Him.
Not on my list.
Not on mine, but I'll give it to you. I watched it though.
Yeah.
Oh,
Let's
you
talk
did?
about it. I did.
Yeah.
I watched it. Let's talk about it.
I think that it was for me, because I feel when we came out of that movie, I turned to Brian and I was like, this movie is going to be very divisive because either people are going to love it because it commits so hard through the end, or they're going to fucking hate it because of the tone shift at the end.
Sure.
Yeah.
And also racism. And what I found is that lots of people are racist and also didn't like the end of the movie. So my prediction was correct, but I liked it because I thought that the performances were excellent. The like physical discomfort of watching the way that they were using their bodies was like so off-putting. It made me want to never watch like contact sports ever again. Like it's genuinely a very upsetting movie. And I think that it like shows something that people kind of like disconnect as a as a source of enjoyment, that you're really facing the reality of like how this is affecting very real people. And then, as somebody who loves a fucking wild third act, going off the rails, like it truly, it delivered in a way that like I was very satisfied. But again, I know that that's not for everyone, but like all in all, like this was a very good time, if not like very unsettling, but I thought that's what made it, true horror for me. And yeah, I thought that the ending was great. I was satisfied. I was laughing. It was a good time. Yeah, I feel like I understood the vision and feel like a lot of other people, maybe it missed the mark for them, and that's okay. But yeah, it really worked for me.
Yeah, it's a fun time. I also went in, I think, with you guys in my ear saying like, it's not as bad as people are saying that it is.
Sure.
And so I was like, okay, well, let me watch it. And I absolutely agree. I think we also had this conversation on another podcast, but just about the whole, like, Jordan Peele was a producer, but he wasn't a writer, but people expected it to be Jordan Peele level writing when he was the one who wrote it. But because his name is attached to it, there's an expectation, right? But I feel like if you just kind of lean into, like Jamie said, the chaos, especially in the final act of this, where and what got me was just there's blood everywhere, and that's what I want. If you're gonna be off the rails, you got to give me the gore with it, and that's what it did for me, and that's also why I enjoyed it. I also thought a lot of the 3D, or sorry, the X-ray shots of like
Oh,
the
I
yeah.
like that
heads and
too.
the brain. I loved
Yeah,
all that.
Mhm.
I did
I thought it was
too.
super fun. And
Yeah.
you
And
know, I can't
upsetting.
take and upsetting.
Hmm.
But it, like you said, Jamie, it kind of like proves the point of like these are what the bodies are going through in these kinds of contact sports.
Mhm.
Yeah.
I can never take Marlon Wayans seriously in anything ever in life. Um, but I feel like his character teetered the line of, you know, insanity and not necessarily relatability, but you know, when he first comes off, it's very like
Yeah.
pleasant, and I feel like
Uh-huh.
he played that very well. So I had a
Yeah.
good time. I enjoyed it. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Same. I enjoyed it too. It's on another one of my uh like lists later on that I'll
Mm.
but I really enjoyed
Yeah.
I enjoyed it way more than most people for sure.
Hmm.
Yeah. Great.
Cool.
Great.
Then my number 8
Yeah.
is Together.
Yeah, we
Interesting.
can't talk
Let's,
about it yet.
yeah. Shush,
Okay,
shush,
great.
shush, shush.
I love this.
We're on 7, right?
Yes.
Uh-huh.
My number 7 is Companion.
Mm-hmm. And that was on my honorable mention.
Honorable mention.
Yes. And that was my 10. So we can talk about
we
it.
can talk about
Yeah,
it.
great.
So I'm going to take this moment to just say I'm never watching trailers ever again.
Yes.
This
Yes.
year,
Except you watched one recently, and I was like, didn't you say that you were never going to watch trailers ever again?
Yeah, I did watch
Called
one
out.
because why did I watch one?
I don't know. That's why I was like, wait, didn't you already say that you're never doing? You said this all year.
Yeah, I'm never watching like horror movie trailers, at least to the extent I'll watch maybe a teaser trailer where it doesn't show anything, just like vibes.
Yes.
Sure.
But
Vibes.
But Companion is the perfect example of I was not spoiled for this movie.
Mhm.
I went into it and did not know. Did I guess it immediately? Yes, but that's not the trailer's fault. That's
Exactly.
just, you know. But I really enjoyed this one. There are 2 twists technically in this movie that I really, and both of them were great. But the performances were really good, and I watched the new Spielberg trailer just because I wanted to watch the new Spielberg trailer.
Oh, that's what it was.
Yeah. And then but that's the last one I'll watch of that one. But anyway, back to Companion. I just thought it was really good, really fun, really good. I just had a great time. It has stuck with me, and it has the best. I'll call it like screenplay detail of this year. Is that his cutesy nickname for her was Beep Boop. I just
yeah. Mm-hmm.
But I liked it,
It's
and
fucked
to
up.
me, super fucked. The best part of the movie is her realizing that like she could have a real relationship with him if he was different because of her overhearing
The other
couple in
Yeah.
the woods. And
For
like I just found that a very believable kind of like justification for why she would do what she did, even though she was programmed a certain way. Anyway, I really dug this movie a lot.
Beep boop.
Yeah.
Yeah, while I did see the trailer, so I did know what like the first major spoiler was. I was surprised by the other one that the guy ended up like that one of the guys ended up also being a robot. So that was surprising, and that I think kind of brought me back to really enjoying it, of like, okay, so they still had like some surprises up their sleeves. But like, yeah, I don't think, while I did still really enjoy this movie, I just don't think it was necessary to like undermine your own movie by including such an important plot point in the trailer.
Mm-hmm. I agree.
But I still had fun. So like that must say something about the film.
I also really liked the secondary plot of like the theft.
Yes.
The heist aspect.
That's
of
what
things.
kept me. Yeah.
Yeah, sure. Totally.
Yeah. Was just the fact that was also kind of another plot twist of that he had her just for that purpose of like
Yeah.
framing, and
Yeah.
it's like, oh, okay, well, now I'm invested. I also just enjoy those actors in general, so I
Yes.
thought they had good chemistry.
Yeah, I thought so too. I thought the whole cast had chemistry together, like not even
Yeah.
just the romantic partners.
Romantic.
Romantic. Cool. That was my 7.
Okay.
Jamie, 7.
My 7 was VHS Halloween.
Okay. Not on my top 10 list, and it's definitely not on Nikisha's.
No.
Cool. I love these movies, man. They're such a fun time, and I like the consistency. But I also did like this one more than, like, for this one, I found the consistency across the segments like better, as opposed to maybe some of the past ones where it's like this one was okay, but it had this one really good segment that I liked. And I feel like that was kind of the last couple. So even if it's not like the best movie ever, I still enjoyed most of the segments, with the exception of the last one, which I just thought was like very much in poor taste. But I liked most of the other ones.
The second to last one.
Was that the one with the guy who was like torturing children?
Yes. The last one was the haunted house one, I think.
Oh, right. You're right.
Yeah.
Yeah. But yeah, didn't like that one.
Yeah. I agree with you on everything you said there.
Great.
Yeah, there's just other ones that I don't know. I guess I enjoyed as a whole better.
Sure.
And
you're allowed.
But yeah. Thank you. Okay. My 7?
Yeah.
Hard Eyes.
Nice.
Are we getting into it?
Yeah. Hard Eyes was 14 on my list.
Man. First off, love horror set on different holidays. Give it to me every day. Give me an Arbor Day horror. I don't care. I will
my God.
invested.
What would an Arbor Day horror look like?
No, what is Arbor Day? I could look it up. I don't want to, but I'll watch the movie.
No, The Happening is Earth Day.
Oh my God, Earth Day would actually that's just like global warming. What's happening fucking right now? But
yeah. That's upsetting.
Very
awesome.
upsetting.
Great, cool.
But when I tell you I had very low expectations, but I also just enjoy horror themes, so that's why I made it a point in my crunch time to find this movie and watch it. And it was so much better than I ever thought that it could be. Like, I loved it so much. I love the premise. I love that it's basically a rom-com first with horror. And maybe that's also why I enjoyed it. Because I love a rom-com. And the acting is incredible. Love our Scream King that's in, I can't think of his name right now, but the lead in it, that's in the Scream requels, whatever. Fantastic. I just loved everything about it because I had low expectations, and it was just way better than I thought. The kills were great, even though, speaking of trailer failure, they did give away a lot of the kills in the trailer, especially the kill in the van. But even still, I was just there for the chemistry and the cutesiness while they like slashed, and it was also a little bit like a whodunit as well, it just had a lot of elements that took it to the next level. And I'm like, if anyone else is trying to do a holiday horror theme that's not Halloween, look to this movie, take notes. I loved it, start to finish.
Also, without spoiling, the reveal was disappointing and then not disappointing. Like, it kind of like, I kind of liked, I was like, oh, who? And then it was like, oh, I see. Like, I really like that feeling. If that makes sense.
Yes. Yeah, because you're like, what? This is so random.
Yeah,
but then it all like still
it
ties in at the end.
Totally.
And I'm like, I want more. Just like the Thanksgiving. It's like, give me more of the Thanksgiving horror movie. I want more Hard Eyes. Like, somebody else be Hard Eyes, and let's like make it work. Because this is great.
Yeah. And again, still proves my theory that people with comedic backgrounds make excellent horror movies.
Yes.
We stan Josh Rubin in on Dropout. Yeah, Make Some Noise. Does a lot of really excellent impressions and impressions of weird sounds. And yeah, he's so funny. And yeah, I feel, I'm sure we will talk about another one with anticipated films that I'm again thinking it's just going to keep proving my theory.
Yeah, I feel like in that connection needs to be studied. Like, what is it about people who are in comedy who just know how to write a story? Like, is it your improv classes that you're taking? Like, what technique is it? But it's so good. I agree.
Yeah.
Yeah, and Josh Groban has 2 movies upcoming: Green Bank and Wilderness Reform, which I'm very excited about.
Ooh. This coming year
movies.
or
no? I don't know when the releases are, but I'm very excited for him in general.
I was like, that would have been on my list.
Yeah.
Right.
Also, he did Werewolves Within. I don't know if we just said that.
Yes.
Yeah.
Which is fun. That's a fun time.
Yeah. All right. What that was 7, Nikisha?
Yeah, that was my 7.
Yeah.
Okay. My number 6 is Presence.
I didn't watch that movie. It's not on my list.
Me neither.
Cool. For those of you, just as a reminder, Presence is a Steven Soderbergh joint. Is a Steven Soderbergh movie where it's told from the point of view of the ghost. I think it's really well acted. I think it's really interesting. I think it's just long enough. I think it doesn't over explain anything. I think one of the performances at the end of this movie is god awful. Like the big reveal speech is the acting is truly bad, but that does not take away from my overall experience watching this movie. I was very moved by it. I thought that it was really it was just different, and it was nice to just like experience something a little bit different. And it's just really well made. So that's why it's at my 6th spot.
Was the bad scene monologue thing as bad as the Gremlins dad suicide scene?
No, because I think she does a really good job with that monologue, as crazy as that scene is. I think that the acting of this monologue was very bad, and it felt like a young actor being like, "This is my villain." Like it didn't. Yeah. So didn't like that. Sad day. But that's not enough to ruin anything. All right, Jamie.
My number 6 was Frankenstein.
Oh, Jamie, we're the same.
Oh my god.
Oh my
god.
Yeah.
And that was my 11.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. Jamie, you want to go first? Talk about it.
Sure. Everyone's hot.
Everyone is gorgeous. Oh, so good.
That's it. Full stop.
Oh. It was beautifully made. Like the aesthetic, I love that time period, and it was just so visually pleasing that I did not care what they were saying, because the people
I did care
hot,
sometimes what they were saying.
Sometimes. but the number one though was like, the people are hot, the scenery is gorgeous, and then it was still a fun like story with gore elements and things that like made it all come together. It was great.
Yeah. This movie has Guillermo del Toro written all over it with the gothic visuals, which like, I just love how committed he is to the look of a world that he's creating. It's just so impressive. And I think that we got more from Victor Frankenstein's like background in a way that, we haven't necessarily explored further. And I like that they cast Mia Goth as both his mom and like the, woman of his desires. It's like, okay, somebody has mommy issues.
Okay. Oedipus much? Jeez.
but like I'm not, you know, if you have a movie with Oscar Isaac, Mia Goth, and Christoph Waltz, I'm not worried about it. The true surprise was Jacob Elordi. Like,
agreed.
He's so fascinating to me because, like, again, the majority of my experience with him is Euphoria, where he plays like a true horrible psychopath. And then he's in Saltburn, which is just like a fucking wild ride. And so I'm just like, I don't know what this is going to look like. I can't like conceptually see him in not only in this movie, but specifically in this role as the monster. And he's fucking giving. From like wee little like, you know, baby monster to like, you know, the ability to communicate and like learn and like use like I don't know. He does literally transform himself. He transforms himself in all of these other roles, but like just in this movie, he fully transforms himself. And it's so impressive. It makes me very excited to see like where his career is going to continue to go. Because I feel like for some reason I'm viewing him as like this underdog in Hollywood. And I don't think that that's actually true. I wonder how much people myself have underestimated him, but like he's a force to be reckoned with. And it just, I'm very excited for, where his career continues to go. But yeah, this was, this felt like last year's like Nosferatu, where again it's just like vibey reimagining of like this classic dark universe. So who knows? Is this the thing? Are we gonna try again? Are we like you know, they're making another Mummy, I think, again. Like we're just gonna keep trying. They're just, you know, I appreciate Universal for just like being really committed.
Well, they're making 2 Mummy movies. They're making a sequel to the Brendan Fraser one with them, and they're making the like the guy who did Evil Dead Rise is making a one. So we will see.
Yeah, it's also and other thing just about Jacob Elordi, because I agree, Jamie. Like, I also consider him an underdog, but maybe it's because he's just been around other actors who have been in the industry longer. It's like if you're thinking about Euphoria, you're thinking about Zendaya, right? If you're thinking about Saltburn, like I can't remember his name, but he's Sabrina Carpenter's ex-boyfriend. That's what I'm going to call him.
But you're thinking about Barry Keoghan.
Yes.
I was like Keoghan. I don't know how to say it. Yeah.
I also think that like he's played one type of character in a lot of these movies, so when he's being cast in something and you're like, but he doesn't play this kind of character, then all of a sudden he excels at it. You're like, oh right, he's an actor who can do anything. Like you know, like
like he like breaking out of being typecast as one particular type of thing and like showing everybody like, no, I can't, like, you know, challenge me to do something different and I can deliver. So yeah, I think that just going above and beyond people's expectations. Hopefully that continues. And I didn't see Priscilla. So that's like on my list to check out. But yeah, he's just,
and he's doing what, Wuthering Heights? Isn't that him too?
Yeah. Wuthering Heights.
A book I was never able to finish after trying it like so many times. Oh, I forgot he's in the Kissing Booth movies.
Oh, he is.
Screaming.
Yeah, with Joey King.
Yeah.
Yeah. He's in 3 of them.
Yeah.
Okay.
Which is really wild, you know? Like he's in these like, you know, Netflix original teen comedies and then also in like Saltburn and Frankenstein.
Right. But kudos to him. That's definitely showing his range. So I'm excited to see what he does continue to do in the future too. Great.
Number 5s. My number 5 is my number 5 through, I think my 5 through 3 are crazy interchangeable. Like these are just like how I'm feeling today. But 5 is It Ends.
My 5 is also It Ends.
Let's talk about
it. Yay!
It was
it was good.
It was great.
It
Yeah,
was good.
it was good.
Yeah.
I really like how it's 3 different movies in one. It's a horror movie, it's a sci-fi movie, it's an existential crisis movie. Like, it is about the phases of friendship, like an allegory for that. Kind of like, people come and people go. They never really explain why the friend, like, kind of like didn't really talk to them, or kind of like has issues with them. Like,
Yeah.
it's just like, it you know, you don't, sometimes you just don't get an explanation for things, and relationships are a certain way. um and some people give up faster than others give up. Some people will never give up, and they'll just find new people along the way. um and then other people will, from the outside, will try and come and ruin what you have. And I just thought that this movie kept me super engaged. It was fucking awesome. Also, I thought it just, I don't know, it just felt new. Like, it didn't even feel derivative of
Yes.
other things. It just felt like new and interesting and exciting. And I
Mhm.
thought the acting was great, even in the moments where you're just like, kind of, you're just setting up who these characters are and their relationships to each other at the beginning. I forget what they're arguing about in the car before they get like lost. Um,
Mhm.
but even in that conversation, when they're just talking about like bullshit or whatever it is, like, I was like, yeah, this is what a road trip or a late night, to grab food feels like. Like, you're just
Yes.
talking about like the dumbest shit. You're like, you know, excuse me, you're poking each other, like, you're just being stupid. And then they
Mhm.
get lost on this road, and I was just like, I'm in. This is great.
Yeah.
I love this.
It's like, it's very intimate, in terms of the, like, let's just go out and like do whatever, and just being in this space together. And like you said, like, being in this physical space, but also like the space within their friendship dynamics, and like pre-existing stuff or newer stuff, and like, how over time people are either aligned or less aligned, or they're about to like kind of go off, and who knows how their relationships will shift and evolve, because that's natural, right? Like, as we grow up, sometimes we maintain these friendships across different phases of our lives, but sometimes we don't. And that's just like part of, evolving and becoming the people that we are, is we might not share those things. And this is like on the precipice of that. And really like evaluating, who they are, what their values are, how it plays out in this, like, not just moment of crisis, but moment of like them being internally challenged. And yeah, it's just something that like I certainly haven't seen anything unique like this in a really long time.
Yeah, I agree with everything you all are saying. I really enjoyed it because because it was just a new concept. I love how they kind of set up who you think is going to be the main character, but he's the first one that
Yeah.
leaves.
Yeah,
gives
which
up.
also makes sense because of the conversation they have beforehand, where he's like, "Oh, I broke up with her because she wanted to like, what did she? Oh, she wanted to go like pumpkin picking
Yeah,
or
yeah,
some
yeah.
shit." And
pumpkin
he was
patch.
like,
Yes, 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 yes.
he was like, "Yeah, whatever."
I don't
Like,
want to do
he
that.
was like,
Yeah.
"You get it, right?" And it's like, "What? Like, you
Yeah.
you just gave up because of something stupid?" And it's like, "Oh, okay,
Yeah.
like this makes sense."
This is who you are.
Mhm.
And this,
Mhm.
Right,
and
right.
yeah. Oh my God.
And
When
nothing in the movie changes him. It's like
Yeah.
he's just
Right.
that person. Yeah.
Mhm.
And then,
Yeah.
the second two are just like always together, thick through thin, and they're just like, we're gonna rest. Like, we're just like, we've come to the end of our line, but we will have each other no matter what.
Exactly.
Yeah, totally.
And then just, like blind ambition, and then it gets you where? Literally nowhere. And you get to the end and nothing is there. Oh, that broke my heart.
Mhm.
And yeah, I just thought the existential of it all was really well done. And
Yeah.
yeah, it was just a fun watch because you didn't really know what was going on, and it kept you entertained even though they're in a car for so long. And then it's also one of those movies that makes you think, like, what would you do in that situation? And like,
Sure.
would you have that will to want to live that long? It reminds me
Hmm.
of, spoilers for The Good Place, when in the final seasons, when they're figuring out like, do they want to stay in this paradise for forever, or do they have the option to like, you know, do something else? And yeah, that just reminded me of this. It's kind of like when the people, the two friends who left together are like, yep, we're good, we've done this for however long, we're just going to sit back and just whatever happens happens, because we would rather that than continue to live this life to do what, you know, like to just continue to ride around for and no purpose and no nothing. And especially because it was almost, I don't know how many, like, I know at least a year had passed or something of the sort. I'm like, this is crazy, but I enjoyed it. It was great.
Yeah.
Go watch.
Cool.
Woo.
Thanks, Letterbox Rentals. Not sponsored.
Yes, appreciate it.
Not sponsored.
So my number 5, yeah.
Yes.
The Long Walk. Oh, so good.
I think it was in your.
That was on my honorable.
Yeah.
Honorable.
And I said it already.
Yes.
So let's talk the long walk, the long talk.
Oh God, talk about another like kind of existential, but also just it. I just watched this. I just watched it last night, and of course, I just can't stop thinking about it.
Yeah, sure.
I was so emotional, and I didn't know how this was going to go. I heard great reviews about it from y'all and just from the internet in general.
Yeah.
And other friends who've seen it. But I'm like, is this going to be my cup of tea? Man, I didn't realize they were going to show as much gore as they did. And I think that's also what got me. Not only the incredible acting from everyone, but just the fact that it was so visceral in how it was, you know, depicting this world, and also them just like the blood and guts of it all was very unsettling. It's different when it's a horror movie and it's like supernatural and you know this isn't real or fake, but like when you get into stuff that mirrors what's happening today, or things that, you know, are a reflection of things that have happened in the past, or whatever the case may be, it's just kind of like very unsettling for me. But I just thought this movie was slam dunk in all forms and facets. I was entertained from start to finish. The relationships that were built were fantastic. The social commentary of everything. And then I read what the book was versus what the movie was, and I love the changes that they made from the book to the movie, of like who won and what happens at the end. And I don't know if it was a personal character choice to make McFreeze or the black guy a black actor, because in the book it only describes him as just having dark hair, but it doesn't like physically describe any other characteristics that would have him be black. I appreciate whoever made that decision to make that character black and to make him survive, because if he would not have survived, I would have had a different feeling about this movie, to be honest. So I think whatever they did was very intentional, and I'm happy that they changed the ending so that he was the one who won in the movie. But fantastic all around.
Yeah. I agree. I think it's really good. I also think that like it's just a really well made version of this type of movie. Meaning like it's straightforward. It's very straightforward. This is the game and we are going to play this game and things are going to happen to the people along the game and then the end is going to happen. Like nothing was like surprising or twisty or turny or whatever it is, and like it's just made really well with really good character interactions, and no character feels like they're doing something just to move the plot. The reason that it's lower for me is I just have, this movie does something that is a pet peeve of mine, where a movie hides a piece of information from you as an audience member that the characters clearly know, but they talk around it just so you don't find out about it. And I feel like I just feel like everyone's so chipper and like fine at the beginning of this walk, and none of the 50 kids are gonna be like, oh, you ready to die? Like the kid who's writing a book
Yeah.
about it, like I just don't believe that this kid would be like, I'm writing a book about it and I'm gonna win and I'm gonna publish this book. Like I just that a lot of that felt off, and it took me a long time to get back into the movie. Again, I think that has to do with trailer failure potentially. If I didn't know that they were being killed off as they stopped walking, then that may have been more of a surprise. But as an audience member, you already know what's happening. Good title card, by the way.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
And it just felt like the script had them talk around it to keep the information from the audience, and it didn't feel organic or real.
Mm-hmm.
I will add to that though. What I did appreciate it was that the movie wasn't the kids being killed wasn't like a surprise to the characters either, because it felt like in a different world when this movie came out or was made, the minute the first person got shot, all the kids would be like, oh my god, that's what happens in this, and they don't know.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
Right. But right, it's just a very. I totally agree with that, because also like this shit is televised. Like people at home are watching people get shot and die. Part of me was like, oh, do they edit it out? You know what I mean? And then like these kids were like, oh fuck, this is what happens.
Yeah.
But yeah, I thought that the acting when the first kid gets killed was really good, because I really did feel like I got a oh fuck, this is real, as opposed to this is not just being separated empathy wise, you know, through watching it on the TV.
Yeah, it was a good watch.
Yeah,
really enjoyed it.
Deeply unsettling.
Yeah.
Lots of poop.
Lots of poop.
Oh my god, so much poop.
Sometimes
I mean, they did answer a lot of questions logistically
Yes,
pretty quickly, because it's like, yeah, how is this going to work, and like how do they eat, like what's the deal with sleeping, like all of those things, which like that people are going to want to know in order to like kind of stay with it. So I'm glad that they answered those questions with a lot of gross poop.
Yeah, gross.
And there was in the book they had more, and I thought you were going to bring this up when you were first talking about this, Brian, but the fact that they kind of left the queerness out of the movie when it was more heavily in the book between the two main characters, like was an actual thing. I'm like, what was the reason to not have that? I mean, the movie was I still enjoyed the movie, but it's like and I guess because you were talking about things that they kind of hint around but don't say, because they also hinted around that and didn't like actually say it. And I'm like, oh, what? Maybe because of the time period they were trying to reflect, like not saying it. But it's also like all these people are about to die. Like,
yeah.
I let it. I agree. I also just let it inform their relationship as opposed to being a plot point, if that makes sense.
Yeah, fair. Yeah. Cool.
Cool. All right. That was your number 5, Nikisha?
Yes.
All right. My number 4 is The Ugly Stepsister.
Don't talk about it yet, unless don't talk about
it. My number 4 is Together.
We can't talk about it yet.
Okay. Bring Her Back.
Not on my list.
That was my number 10, I think.
Yeah.
Talk about it.
You go first. It's number 4 on your list. That's pretty high.
Yeah, because I just enjoy gore so much, and when that kid is eating that knife.
Oh yeah, that was rough.
Wow. Well, fireworks.
Fireworks. That's how we.
That's how we roll. For the people who's watching
that's
on
so
YouTube,
funny.
I inadvertently put off my fireworks reaction. It was just so unsettling. I enjoyed it so much. I didn't know what to expect. I'm trying to figure it out with all of the, tape, ritual stuff, but then like unsettling, you know, adopting kids and what's going to happen and what's the deal. And it just was, yeah, I just, there are just scenes in that movie that I can't stop thinking about. And the performance from, I can't think of her name, but who was the mom who was trying to bring her daughter back, she was fantastic. And yeah,
Sally
I
Hawkins.
yes,
aka the fish fucker.
Fish fucker.
Uh-oh. She was incredible in that too. Yeah, I just had a great time watching this. It was deeply unsettling, and like I want good gore that's unsettling, that feels realistic, that makes me want to cover my eyes, and that's what this movie was for me. And that's why it's number 4 on my list.
Yeah. This was number 10. This would have been higher, but there's something in this movie that I hate in every movie that has it, is like, just fucking talk to each other. Communicate.
Absolutely.
Like, there's no reason why this should have happened. And there's no reason why the brother should have happened to him. Like,
yep.
The lack of communication in this movie, I also don't believe that they wouldn't have talked to each other. Their relationship was too strong for like something to like break it in the way that it did in this movie.
They had a code word.
Yeah, I felt that it was. I really did feel like that was for plot and plot's sake. But the other moments in this movie is why it stayed on my top 10.
Nice.
Like chewing on that knife.
Oof.
So gross.
Number 3 for you?
3 for me is Together.
3 for me is Weapons.
And 3 for me is Ugly Stepsister. Should we talk about it?
Don't talk about it.
But have we? Oh, we haven't all done together, have we?
No, I don't think.
Sorry. It was number 8 on mine.
It was number 3 on mine.
Oh, it was 4 on mine.
Yeah,
for Together.
Yeah, we can talk about
Yeah. Cool.
So I have Together at 3 and Together at and Ugly Stepsister at 4. These could literally be interchangeable. I enjoyed them both for different reasons. I picked Together because it made me laugh a little bit more, and I found it like relatable in some places, and that marriage proposal scene is fucking awful.
Cringy.
I really thought it was funny, enjoyable. The allegory was interesting. I thought both characters were very realistic in a way. I thought a lot of the body horror stuff was really good in it. And even though they made some fucking wild decisions, like drinking from the fucking thing in the cave, I still I really enjoyed this one.
Yeah. Jamie?
Yeah. Wacky body horror with just obviously a very believable couple, but like then kind of pushing their relationship in a way of like, oh, they make me really uncomfortable and they're really good at making me uncomfortable, even though that's not their actual relationship dynamic. Which is just like, you know, interesting that they're able to accomplish that. And then, you know, we get there at the end, but because of something gross that happens. But yeah, it also had like really funny beats. I'm trying to remember the exact line about like the Xanax and the benzos that he says. But yeah, it's just, or like, and again, like some really gross body horror, like when they have sex in the school and like they're stuck together via peen and veen, and it's really funny. But yeah, I thought it was just really well done in terms of humor and horror and just fun relationship dynamics.
Yes. Because tonight It's the night when
The
two
become one. Ugh,
Yeah, that was
great
a
song.
millennial's dream.
Exactly, all of it. I agree with everything you said. I think that the tone of horror and comedy was stellar in this, and it was a great time. I also saw this on a really fun date, so that's also why it's still in
right.
Yeah, imagine if it was a bad date, you would have been like, I rated this on my honorable mentions. It wasn't very good.
No, I loved it. It was great.
Cool. What was your, did you say your 3, Nikisha?
Ugly Stepsister.
Right. And we have to
wait. You have to wait.
Okay.
We have to wait.
My number 2 is Weapons.
Jimmy?
My number 2 is Ugly Stepsister.
Tapeworm.
Yeah, I'm surprised that so much body horror really made it to my top 4. It's a shock to us all, but I mean, I think again, like, and I realized in my head, I thought before I spoke, but in my head I was going to be like, blah, blah, pretentious, elevated horror. But I do think that there's like a difference between like how body horror is used. And like, there's one thing when it's just like slashy gore, which like also has its place. But I think like in the context of what's happening, it's really fascinating. So like, that's why I really like Together. And that's also why I really like The Ugly Stepsister, of like taking the classic Cinderella story that everyone is familiar with and just like, you know, upping the ante of like, what would you do to, you know, like win the man of your dreams.
That just reminded me of You Want to Be on Top? That's what it reminded me of.
We were rooting for you.
We were all rooting for you.
Oh my God.
But
what's she up to? Apparently she's like hawking some like weird
ice cream.
Yeah, that's what it was. Yeah.
It's ice cream. God.
Weird. What a reality we are in.
Yes.
But
what is this time?
Yeah, I don't know. But man, like it's so disturbing, and like even knowing, because you start to see some of the things where it's like you see the tapeworm egg, so you're like, that's definitely not going to go well, or like you know, the shoe's not fitting, or like, oh, we're going to do all these procedures, blah blah blah, and it's like, oh, this is all going to go horribly terrible. Even though they're like giving you the information, it still is just so like the impact on your body watching it, at least for me, is like I wanted to crawl out of my skin. It was still just so visceral and disgusting, but again, like really moves the plot forward of like the degree to which like she is committed to doing this, and like the pressure that she feels also in doing it. Again, would I do any of those things? Probably not, but we are but different women. But yeah, I really loved this movie.
Yeah, I mean, I will say like my top 3 are also interchangeable. So like to have Ugly Stepsister as number 3 is still just like, God, it's so good. Again, a movie that is, if you even take away the body horror, it's aesthetically pleasing to watch. Like, just the costuming, the makeup, the set design. You know, I'm sure they shot like on location. It's gorgeous, and it's so fun to have something that is familiar, like Jamie said, the Cinderella story, and to, you know, have them really bring in all the gore, like the eyelash scene, the nose breaking scene is but then it's also it's so not quirky, but
it's so quirky.
It can't be. Like, I'm trying to say like campy, because that whole throwing up the tapeworm was so campy.
Oh, so
And it
Mhm.
reminded me
But
of
also
Substance.
fucking gross.
It was
Yeah.
gross. But it reminds
Yeah.
me of the end of the Substance with all that
Mhm.
blood
Yes.
at
Mhm.
the end of it when she's like
Yeah.
exploding on herself.
It's just so over the top.
It's so over the top, and I love every second of it. I loved every second of this movie. I've
Mhm.
watched it over, and it's just every time I have such a fun time watching it. It's well acted. The story is great. The gore is great. Everything's great about it. Love it.
Mm-hmm.
Cute.
Great.
Oh,
who's
my number 2?
Yeah.
I think I have to. Weapons, as Jamie said.
Weapons.
Yeah. So let's talk about Weapons. Honestly, it was just a great theatrical experience. I know there are plot holes. I know there's whatever in it, but like, it doesn't fucking matter to me. I know that's not what a Pennsylvania.
You shut up now.
Looks like. But I just really enjoyed it. I thought that narratively it was really fun. I thought I like that it's funny and scary, and Aunt Gladys is like a fucking all-time icon in horror movies. Is it uneven sometimes in momentum because of the narrative switching? Maybe, but like,
but who cares?
Who cares?
I love
it was
the narrative
fun.
switching. Yeah.
I had a great time, and I think about it often, and I think it has stunning images, and I think it's well directed and acted, and actually scary, and I was one of my better theatrical experiences this year for sure, and I got a cool T-shirt.
Yeah, you did.
Oh, that's right.
And then
you did.
I wore the T-shirt when I went to go see it.
Yeah.
Nice.
But yeah, I mean, I thought it was great. I had no idea where it was going to go. Well, I did cheat, and I asked Brian to tell me what happened in the movie since he saw it. But it still was like terrifying. Like it still was like trying to figure out like what the fuck is going on. Like even having it explained, I still was like, what the fuck is going on? Because it's still like confusing, and you're trying to make sense, and like the way that it's being told, you're trying to like keep the same information you already had from a previous section and like apply it to this section. But I also I like stories told in that way where it's nonlinear. And just kind of getting each perspective and like rehashing a part that we've already gotten from somebody else's perspective. And yeah, I just fucking loved Aunt Gladys. She was just, truly a horror icon. I don't want any more movies. I don't want any more Weapons movies, but like I would just love to see her referenced in other ways. Maybe she could be like some kind of character in a future Zach Kreger like name drop of like, yeah, remember that wild situation and like that Lady Gladys? Like she's so iconic. And
we are getting a Gladys prequel, I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, we are.
Okay, but like I don't fucking need. Oh God, I
know.
I think I'm just over prequels right now.
Sure.
No more of that. But and then the end of that movie is
so satisfying.
Just so not only satisfying, but again, another like wild third act or maybe fourth act. I don't know, because it's really just like condensed to this one part of the movie. But yeah, just another thing that like fully goes off the rails. Again, not surprising after seeing Barbarian. So like my expectations were like absolutely met.
Yeah.
Sure. Yeah.
No,
totally.
I agree with everything that y'all have said about it. It's an incredible movie. Welcome Gladys to the LGBTQ community because we've adopted her now.
We love you. We've adopted you.
We adopted you. We stand.
Oh my God.
And I will say, I don't know if they thought about a prequel as they wrote this one. I hope that they did, because I would take that over having a movie out, seeing the success of a character, and then being like, oh, I guess I gotta make something else for it.
Yeah.
But if you already thought about it in the process, I would hope that it would, be good and linear and not just like something for profit because we love this character. And sometimes it is just like, leave it as it is. But everything about this movie, of course, the gore at the table with the fork in the face.
Ugh. Also, like, I was so sad. Like, this movie also makes you, like, very sad. I felt horrible for this poor kid who's, like, you know, responsible for taking care of all of his fellow students, even the ones that were bullying him. And, like, his parents are comatose. And, like, you know, this woman is, like, fully controlling his life in a horrible way. Like, it's so sad.
Yeah. Justice for that little boy, Alex.
That poor little kid. I just want to give him a big hug.
I know.
Yeah.
All right. Should we say our number ones on 3? Because it's going to be the same.
It is going to be the same. Okay. 3, 2, 1.
Sinners.
The Rule of Jenny Penn.
Get the hell out of here.
Get out of here.
Yes. Sinners, of course.
Oh my God.
I mean, I listen to our Sinners episode. Perfect film, no notes. Like, perfect film, no notes.
There's nothing else that needs to be said. It's an excellent film beyond just horror. It's just an excellent film, period.
And, I was gonna say something really rude. I won't say it as rude as I thought I was gonna say it, but there are some people out there in the internet universe who I feel like did not have this movie at all in their top list for the year, just
because they're racist.
Yes, okay, thank you.
Easy peasy. What do you mean this movie isn't good? I immediately don't trust your opinion at all.
I'm like, you just saying this just to say it so you can have views and people can
this
hear your
not
comments
being in
like,
some total
dumb.
Yeah, but this is a perfect film, an incredible performance by a lot of people, but you know, Michael
A and B Jordan.
Yeah, Michael A. Jordan, Michael B. Jordan. That's still
I hope they both get nominated. Okay.
Great.
Cool.
Yeah,
easy peasy.
Easy peasy.
Yeah, easy.
Yeah.
No notes.
No,
all right.
Watch our episode.
Yeah, those are the top 10. I thought, what a good list for all of us.
Yay.
All right, let's do some of our fun lists, and then we'll move on to like looking forward.
Okay. I don't have any.
Oh, great.
I'm screaming. I do. I have a couple, real quick.
Great. Let's go back and forth. You do yours. I'll do one. We'll do it that way.
Love it. Man with a plan. Okay. Movies with a great soundtrack is what I have.
Okay.
Together, obviously, solely for Two Become One.
Yes.
Megan 2.0, because she has the bops in the whole,
and she sings.
She had was fun, and she sings.
Mm-hmm.
Her singing Woman's Worth, incredible. K-pop Demon Hunters, because obviously,
right.
And then Sinners, because obviously that soundtrack all around was just a masterpiece, and it felt like a rock opera, and I was here for it.
Love that. One of my categories is fuck them kids.
Yeah.
We obviously have Bring Her Back. We have The Ugly Stepsister. We have The Long Walk. We have Weapons, and then we have Parvulo's Children of the Apocalypse, which is a Spanish language film that I watched earlier this year. Also, Fuck Them Kids, and there's a lot of other Fuck Them Kids movies this year, but those are some of the bigger ones.
Oh my god. Okay. Top 3 most satisfying deaths.
Great.
Jack Quaid's character Josh in Companion.
Yes.
Get him out of here. Remick in Sinners, obviously. And then top number 1, because we already discussed this too, is Gladys in Weapons, because that last whole sequence scene was great.
That's a great list.
Yeah. Love it.
Love it. This list is called Surprisingly Straightforward. I was expecting something a little bit more twisty turny, but like it's just like a kind of normal, straightforward horror narrative. I have Drop on there. I thought it was going to be way more complicated, but like, nope, pretty fucking straightforward.
I agree. That's great.
Yeah. Keeper. I thought there was going to be way more of like a mental mind fuck type, but like pretty straightforward. Doesn't pull any punches, like just like is doing what it's doing from the beginning. And then The Conjuring Last Rites. We talked about it a little bit. It was just like pretty straightforward. Like didn't even show a monster. Just like, well, we love each other. Bye, Mirror. Cool. All right.
Amazing. Okay. This is my category. Movies that would have been better with more gore. We always talk about more. Number 3 is Good Boy, because I love the concept, but I needed some more things happening there. Conjuring Last Rites also, because family over everything. And then Megan 2.0, obviously, because it wasn't even a horror movie.
Sure.
Needed more gore.
All right. Yeah. I'm into those. Yeah. I'm gonna do 2 categories right now because they are brother-sister categories. One is called Movies I Liked More Than the Internet Liked Them. The other one is Movies I Liked Less Than the Internet Liked Them.
Great categories.
So movies that I liked more than the internet did, Him, Until Dawn, mostly because I did not watch. I've never played a video game, therefore, like I just had a fun romp. And then The Monkey. The internet doesn't really like The Monkey.
No, the internet doesn't like The Monkey.
But I like The Monkey. We had a good time watching The Monkey.
Yeah, it was fine.
Yeah, okay. I did. Yeah, I'm not like, whoa, The Monkey. I'm just like, yeah, that was a good time. But people are like, oh,
no, I think you were like, whoa, monkey time.
Whoa, quit monkeying around. And then this list is movies I liked less than the internet did. I mentioned one already, 28 Years Later. I feel like a lot of, well, it is divisive. I feel like a lot of people, like, it's like their top movie of the year, which is wild to me. Bone Lake. I felt like people got a real boner for that movie, and I was like, it was fine. And then Good Boy. Everyone was like, Good Boy's great. Good Boy's amazing. It's the best movie I ever saw. I'm like, Good Boy was good. Good Boy got the job done. It was probably the right length, maybe a little bit too long for what it was trying to do.
A little too long.
But like, sure. It was a cool exercise in point of view, similar to Presence, but I think Presence pays off more than this one does, and the dog actor is excellent.
Love that dog.
Love that dog.
Woof.
Yes.
Woof
my last category, coming back for round 2 this year, MILF, monsters I'd like to fuck.
Yes.
So fucking good.
Coming in hot at number 3. Well, they're all hot. But Christopher Abbott as the Wolfman, because even though we didn't like the movie, he was still a beautiful man. So
all right.
Put that out there. Obviously, Jacob Elordi as the creature in Frankenstein.
Yes. Definitely.
And tied as a twofer, Jack O'Connell as Remick in Sinners, and Michael ABCDEFG Jordan as Vampire Stack.
Ooh. Yeah. I approve.
He's a monster.
I approve.
He's a monster.
He's a monster, but like he's still hunky him, you know?
Hunky him, indeed.
Him.
That was your last category, you said?
Yes.
Okay, I got 3 more.
Oh my God.
Don't Forget About Me. These are movies that, like, I don't know, we didn't really mention, and I want to just shout them out.
Fair.
Sure. Fear Below. This was that like period piece shark movie that I watched, like the World War II shark movie. That was cool. Then Night of the Reaper, that slasher on Shudder. I thought that was going to be a straightforward movie, and then it wasn't, and I really enjoyed it for that. Beast of War, another shark movie, where this Australian boat gets Australian infantry boat gets sunk, and sharks are attacking them in the water, but it's all practical shark effects, and it's awesome. Then the Brian Fuller TV movie Dust Bunny. I wanted to shout that one out. And then the Toxic Avenger remake was fucking awesome. That was like number 12 or 13 on my list or something like that. I thought it was truly a lot of fun and captured a lot of the spirit of the original one there. Then I have the category, wait, you exist? The Rule of Jenny Penn.
Oh yeah. Oh my god.
The movie Borderline with Samara Weaving and Jack Nicholson's son. That was blah. And then we have I Know What You Did Last Summer.
Yeah. I'll still go back just because I enjoyed those movies and watch it.
My hot take on that one is that it's actually fun until they bring back the OG characters. Like to me, this movie did not need the OG characters because I was actually kind of enjoying the new characters being stupid.
Yeah,
sure.
And then it's like, we gotta see Julie James again or whatever her fucking name is.
Yeah. What are you waiting for?
What are you waiting for?
All right. So my last one is I just wanted to shout out a lot of the independent movies that we saw and watched this year.
Yes.
Traumatica or Traumatica, however you say that. That is a possession movie with trauma involved. Takes place over many different years. Some pretty good sequences in there. Then Strange Harvest, the mock doc. We had Stuart Ortiz on the podcast. Solid mock doc. Wormtown, as I mentioned previously, where these worms are infecting people's brains and two people are trying to survive it. Then Marshmallow that I mentioned previously, and then Dream Eater, a found footage movie about sleep, not being able to sleep and sleepwalking and cults, shit like that. And then finally, Horror in the High Desert 4, Majesty. I really like these movies, and I thought that the fourth one was actually really good, and it makes me very excited for a fifth one.
Nice.
Cool.
Alrighty.
All right. Let's okay. Before I want to look back at our answers to last year's questions. Every year we do predictions and our most anticipated movies. So Nikisha, let's look at your most anticipated movies from last year.
Yikes.
At number wait, oh shit, I didn't even look at these yet. At number 6, we have Saw 11. Got canceled and Blumhouse bought the Saw franchise, so
whoopsies,
wasn't even there. At number 5, you had The Conjuring 3 and made your disappointed list, so we know what happened there.
Whoopsies.
At number 4, you had I Know What You Did Last Summer. You didn't even fucking watch it.
And I didn't even watch it. Dang it.
At number 3, Megan 2.0. We've talked about that action adventure film. At number 2, though, you had Companion.
Oh, yeah. And I enjoyed it.
Yeah. And at number 1, Wolfman.
Oh, I don't know what I was thinking. Sad day.
Yeah. All right. Jamie, your top 5. At number 5, Final Destination Bloodlines. All right.
Yeah. Cool.
At number 4, Drop. Didn't watch it.
Nope.
Oh.
At number
Going
3,
great.
Yeah, Megan 2.0.
Woof,
indeed. Oh, but at number 2, The Monkey.
Oh yeah, that was fun.
Yeah. And then at number 1, The Wolfman or Wolfman.
Awkward.
Oh, damn.
Oopsie doopsie.
All right. For me, I had a top 10. I guess. At number 10, Life of Chuck. Didn't watch it.
Damn.
Companion. Made my top 10. That's a win. The Monkey. Liked it. Saw 11. Doesn't exist. Megan 2.0. Action adventure film. At number 5, we have Frankenstein.
Nice.
Woo.
Got it. At number 4, Sinners.
Great.
Killed it. At number 3, Him.
Okay.
but I think that's when I thought Jordan Peele was directing it.
Sure.
At number 2, Wolfman. At number 1, 28 Years Later. Whoopsie,
Awkward.
whoopsie doopsies.
Woof. Yeah.
All right. What are your most anticipated movies for 2026?
I'll go. Oh,
nope. You go, Jamie.
So I cheated, and I have more than 5, and I just put a bunch in the same line. So cool. So we're just gonna do this that way because I don't care. So number 5 is a 3-way tie. For for Disclosure Day, the new Spielberg movie. Which I think is like a Alien something or other. Then Zach Kreger is making Resident Evil. We're getting the Resident Evil band back together. So we'll see what happens. There's actually a lot of video game adaptations in the pipeline, so that's interesting. But I'm very interested in Zach Kreger's lens with that. And then a new Robert Eggers of Nosferatu and the Vivitch, Werewolf, spelled WERWULF. That's how you spell. So yeah, those are all my top 5. My 4 is also a 2-way tie.
Okay.
We have Mother Mary, the new movie with Michaela Cole and Hunter Schafer and Anne Hathaway that looks mysterious and weird. I love Michaela Cole, so I'm like very excited. And then this one I'm hoping is one of 2 additional directors who I think will prove my ongoing thesis of funny people make good scary movies. Michael Showalter is making a movie called Verity, but Michael Showalter made Wet Hot American Summer.
Nice. Okay.
Which is a movie that I love, and also was part of a comedy troupe with Michael Ian Black and David Wayne. And I can't remember what their group name was, but it used to be on Comedy Central, and I thought they were really funny. So I'm very excited to see what that will be. My number 3 is also a 2-way tie. Maggie Gyllenhaal's The Bride! ! And Curry Barker's Obsession. Again, the same director that made Milk and Cereal on YouTube, but also is part of a comedy duo with the other lead in Milk and Cereal. And I follow them on TikTok, and it's funny. For number 2, the director of Oddity, Damian McCarthy, is coming out with Hokum, which already the teaser trailer looks fucking scary. And all of these would probably be higher if this movie wasn't being made by one of my favorite directors. So my number 1 most anticipated is Send Help, which is being directed by Sam Raimi.
Yep.
Nice.
Totally fair.
So that's probably every movie that's slated to come out in 2026.
Right.
Oh,
I was just really excited.
Was the Michael B. and Black thing Stella?
Yeah. Thank you. Oh my God, thank you.
Cool. All right. Nikisha, what are your anticipated movies?
Okay, they're a little more mainstream, because I also was nervous about, like, is this really coming out? Is it not? I'm not sure.
Sure.
So number 5 is Ready or Not 2. Number 4 is Scream, because I'll always stand, and it's, Kevin Williamson. Number 4 is Psycho Killer, because that seemed interesting. 2 is Send Help. And 1 is Obsession, because I also liked Milk and Cereal, so I'm very excited to see what that one is going to be.
Yeah. Mine is I also cheated. So at number 7 I have Send Help, as well as the Mike Flanagan Exorcist movie that's supposed to come out next year, but it might be pushed back, but it has a date. At number 6 I have Mother Mary and Hokum, excuse me. Then at number 5, I have Ready or Not 2. At number 4, I have Godzilla minus 0. That I loved Godzilla minus 1, and I'm hoping that this one is just as good. Then I have at number 3, I have a Werewolf. I'm excited for that.
Werewolf.
At number 2, I have Evil Dead Burn. I'm excited for the new Evil Dead movie next year.
Get burned.
Get burned. And then at number 1 is Obsession. I really can't wait for that movie. And then another one that I did leave off the list was now I can't remember what I had on the list, but yeah, I'm excited for all of those for sure. Cool.
Amazing.
All right, we're gonna do our predictions for next year, but we're gonna start with Nikisha to see how well she did. All right, your number 1 prediction was Five Nights at Freddy's 2 will make a boatload. Five Nights at Freddy's 2 will make a boatload of money and be between a 20 and 40% on Rotten Tomatoes. So I looked that up, and Five Nights at Freddy's 2 made to date on a $36 to $51 million budget, made $221 million.
People like it.
Yes. And then so yes, it made a boatload of money, and then currently it has a 16% on Rotten Tomatoes.
So even lower.
Even lower. Yes.
Damn.
Than what you said.
A win is a win.
Oh yes. Wah wah. Okay, cool beans. And then we have your second one is there will be a shift to more slashers than elevated horror because of current events.
I don't know. I don't think that happened.
Yeah, we'd have to actually run the numbers, but that doesn't feel true.
I agree. It doesn't feel true. We can put that as a false.
And then Jordan Peele's next movie, Him, will be a creature feature. That was wrong in so many different ways.
In so many ways. Not Jordan Peele. Not a creature feature.
Funny.
Oh, man.
Woo.
Sad days.
Jamie, yours were, there will be a new Dark Universe announced. Now, while they haven't announced a Dark Universe, between the new Mummy movie being made, the werewolf movie, the Wolfman, the theme park, there's definitely a resurgence of these Universal monster movies. The Bride coming out, so like
it feels like adjacent, maybe not spot on.
Yeah.
I would give myself like a C. It feels like they're waiting for like the one that's going to be good enough to be like, we're back,
And
baby.
now we go.
Yeah. But it just hasn't panned out that way. But they keep making movies that like fall under their properties. So
number 2, we have 2025 themes, more related to political shifts. Yeah, I don't.
Meh.
Yeah, I'm not
Meh.
sure about that one.
Meh.
And then one of the OG slashers will be announced to actually be coming back. I would argue that they're actually filming the Crystal Lake TV show. So while it's not Jason per se, he's getting in there.
He's putting up a fight.
Yeah.
Cool.
All right. Mine were, Him will either be his best or worst movie. That's wrong on so many levels because he didn't direct it.
Great.
Megan 2.0 won't be nearly as good as the first. They'll miss the entire point of what the first one was so good.
Wow.
I think I know
Spot
that
on.
one. I think
Yup.
I know that one.
Yes.
And then I had a horror movie will win an Oscar. Technically true because it won Substance won makeup, and Nosferatu I think won a technical award. I don't remember, but I know for a fact that Substance won that. So yeah, okay. So that was kind of true. All right. Now I am interested in your predictions for this year.
Hooray!
Jamie, why don't we start with you?
Sure. So one of them I have is they'll announce another Black Phone sequel and a franchise, and it'll be the brother and sister solving unsolved murders that were committed by the grabber.
Oh my God.
That's a big swing and very specific.
Okay.
But based on this one, I just feel like that's the direction that it's moving in, is like she's like, I got a feeling the grabber's here, and then like go to all these places. For another one, I have, we always get a new VHS annually. My prediction is that the next one will be set in the future.
Okay, I like that one.
And then my third one, again, big swing, and I want to be right. So I'm putting my intentions out there. I think that Sinners is going to win at least 3 Oscars.
Ooh, I hope that's the case.
I want that I need that to be the case.
Yes.
The number of horror movies that have Oscars is so fucking low, and this movie is too fucking good to not receive Oscars. Michael A and Michael B both deserve Oscars.
They do. And this feels like when Beyonce should have won Album of the Year for Lemonade, but then she won for Carter. Like Simpsons should have won an Oscar, but then like Sinners will be the one that wins for the horror genre. And that's exactly what needs to happen, Jamie. You're so right.
Totally.
Yeah.
Cool. Nikisha, what are your 3?
Yeah, sorry, I have 4, but they're very quick. Okay, 28 years later, Bone Temple will be better than the first one. I feel like that's not an outside prediction. Another one about Five Nights at Freddy's. I don't know why I'm obsessed with this. The third one will be the worst of the chain. Like, how can it get any worse? But I feel like they're not going to stick the landing at all in this. I have a prediction there's going to be more mockumentary horror movies, because that's the trend that seems to be coming out. And and then I'm just putting this out there for myself. I predict that I will watch 35 new horror movies next year.
Oh,
up the ante.
What did you do this year?
30.
I love it. Cool. And my 3 are, I think Sinners is going to win one of the big Oscars. Specifically, I think it's going to win original screenplay.
Yeah.
That'll be one of my 3.
Yeah. I think Scream 7 is going to make a fuck ton of money because people don't give a shit about what happened. And I want to be wrong, but I that's my prediction there. And then I am my third one is actually they're gonna do some sort of a dark universe movie based on the theme park as like a tie-in.
Cool.
They're gonna announce it. They're not gonna make it for next year.
Yeah.
Cool. All right. I think we did it. Right? That's everything?
We did it. That's everything.
Yeah.
Well, that wraps up our best of 2025. Yay.
Woo,
we did it. We laughed. We cried.
Woo.
We threw up at Gore. Oh gosh, what an incredible 2025 year. Very excited about 2026. You can follow us on the socials, Instagram and TikTok at Talk Horror Pod. And producer Brian, where can they listen to us?
You can listen to us wherever you get podcasts. So YouTube, you can find us on Spotify. You can find us on Apple Podcasts. Rate and review us there. 5 stars, please.
And thank you.
So before we leave here, what grade would you give 2025 in horror?
I would give it a oh God. As a whole. I mean, there's some ones that have curbed the grade. You know what I mean?
Yeah, always.
But I would say a solid B+.
Yeah, I was going to say like a B.
Yeah. I was gonna say B+. Sinners makes it a B+.
Yes.
I would have said B without Sinners. There's something pretty magical about that movie. Like, that's an all-time movie, therefore, like, it bumps that up.
Yeah.
Cool. Great.
That's great.
We did it.
We did
Happy
it.
New Year, everybody. Enjoy 2026. We're going to be here all year long talking about horror movies. So definitely find us wherever you get podcasts. And as Aunt Gladys says, I have a glass of water in a bowl. I know it's quirky. I'm a quirky person. I've just accepted it, or whatever her line is there. Thank you all so much.
Thanks for a great year.
Yeah,
Yes,
thank you.
And we'll see you next year.
Oh, you're listening to us next year.
Oh,
we'll also see you.
We'll
in
also see you next year as well.
Yes.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
When we read Jesse's
I said what I said
from this video.
Yeah.
Right, exactly. Amazing. Thanks, guys.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye.